Hey, kia ora whānau, you're here with me, the Māori Wargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Sure. Welcome whānau to this 50 power level battle, mission number 2 between the Dark Angels and the Tau Empire, the Farsight Enclaves, here on the battlefield of Eos, the prosperous Hive city, which has been evacuated for the most part as a result of the battle for Ithaca raging on here in the second to last campaign of this beautiful narrative campaign of my own crafting. Got the Farsight Enclaves deployed here in the industrial area of the planet, and the Dark Angels. Limited cover, but they don't need that. They've got their power armor to see them through, and about to throw down against the rebellious Farsight Enclaves. Rolling into turn 1, the Farsight Enclaves are going to start the game for us this time. So we'll come back with their turn, but before we do, we'll take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. Leading the Dark Angels, we have a Primaris Force Patrol Detachment, led by a Company Master in Gravis Armor. Custom Company Master there, beautiful. He has a Heavenfell Blade. We've got a two Dark Angels Lieutenants as well. Also customized, looking great. 2 5-man Intercessor Squads with bolt rifles. A 5-man Hellblaster Squad with plasma incinerators. A Company Primaris Ancient with a bolt rifle. And the 3-man Inceptor Squad with 2 assault bolters. 2 10-man strike teams, Fire Warrior squads with pulse rifles, and 2 gun drones accompanying. We have a Riptide Battlesuit with a heavy burst cannon and 2 fusion blasters. We have a 3-man stealth suit squad with 2 burst cannons and a fusion blaster. Alright, so movement phase for the Farsight Enclaves turn 1. Moving across this mining platform. Not within range of the objective, but within a range to fire upon the mighty Space Marines there. Pathfinder standing still, securing that objective. We'll go into the shooting phase and see what happens. So yeah, following the stalemate last battle, armies split into 3 forces to divide and conquer. Both armies deploying that same tactic to seize the battlefield and to see who's going to come out, with the key focus on those objective markers on the battlefield. So we'll go over to Dark Angels, see what they can do. Objective in the center, do they want to pursue that, or do they want to hold their ground until their battle brothers arrive? We'll find out to go into Dark Angels turn 1. Alright, fine, so end of the turn for the Dark Angels, quick one. We've got the range with the bolt rifles to shoot back into the enemy from here until our battle brothers arrive. Gravis Master, Primaris Lieutenant leading the team, guiding their shots, and managed to take down 3 Fire Warriors from that first strike. So leadership 7, losing 3. See that roll? Oh, they're alright. And going to turn 2, the second Tau contingent arrives. We'll see if that changes things up at all. Tau, turn 2. Alright, so movement phase for the Farsight Enclaves. Second Tau contingent dropping into the battlefield. All of them dropping on this one. Pretty rigged actually. If they wipe these guys, then I think that's, if you're tabled, your game's over. I think that's pretty rigged. Well, I should be able to hold up, fingers crossed. They've dropped in here. These guys over here standing still, and standing still up there. One objective secured. We'll see what's going to happen, unleashing a few stratagems now as we go into the shooting phase. Alright, so the mighty Riptide fires in. He overcharges as well, 18 shots with his heavy burst cannon into the intercessors across the field here. 18 shots, only 4 of those shots hit, and then in the end only 1 of those, 1 lone dice there wounded. for a 3-up save.
Miss 1.
Oh, I'm going to command point that. 3-up. Oh, 1 dead. Alright, finally, so end of the turn for the Farsight Enclaves. After a round of bad dice rolling, very bad dice rolling, like 80% misses, I'm pretty sure, just off the top of my head. Lost 2 intercessors, but still alive to fight the next turn. And just in time for the second contingent to roll up. That one is the heavy assault contingent. We've got the Hellblasters rolling in from reserves, as well as the Inceptors. Big threats over here, going to need to put them down. Go over to Dark Angels turn 2 and see what happens. Alright, so the Dark Angels, the Hellblasters have rolled in. The Elite Primaris Battle Brothers with their plasma incinerators, I think they're called. Got the chapter, the Primaris Ancient raising the banner of Caliban, and the Gravis Company Master leading his brothers into battle. Big force here. Need to wipe them out, so we're going to activate a few stratagems, weapons of the Dark Ages, to power up that plasma. Also across the field here, just got the Inceptors dropping in, ready to roll in and crash into the Fire Warriors up on that platform. So stay tuned for this juicy action as the Sons of the Lion prepare to take battle to the enemy. Opponent just witnessed his Fire Warriors gone down, and he's destroying the battlefield in rage. In a black rage, he's smashing off my Inceptors. Troubling to see, troubling sportsmanship. Alright, so the first bits of devastation as the Inceptors drop in and unleash fire from their assault bolters, mincing the Fire Warriors here to a man. No one left standing. Beautiful work. And leaves a path open for objectives there, or potentially, see that green dice right there? We're spoiled for choice. Now we've got to get rid of the big threats over on that side of the field. Mighty Riptide and the Crisis Battlesuits. Roll in there, stay with us. Alright, Whānau, so end of the turn for the Dark Angels. A great round for them as they return overwhelming firepower into the Farsight Enclaves. Took down 2 Crisis Suits. The Riptide managed to make 5 saves against the supercharged plasma weapons of the Dark Age. So ended up on his taking off 3 wounds. Bring it down to 10. Is it in its second platform?
Nope.
That was still a big threat, although 18 shots and it missed. Landed only 1 hit. I mean, maybe I don't need to worry too much. And then, yeah, we also got rid of the guys up there. So, objective-wise, we both got 1 each. Centre 1 is available to capture. And the battle is raging on here. We're going to Farsight Enclaves turn 3. See if they can turn things around. As their final contingent moves in. Alright, so Riptide's shooting into the Hellblasters who aren't in cover this time. Landed more shots than he did before. Now we're going to see if he can hit on 3s, or wound on 3s. Oh, 2, 4, 6 wounds, minus 1 AP?
Yep.
6 wounds, minus 1 AP. 2 damage apiece.
Not in cover.
Into the Hellblasters here, so 6 wounds. Just grabbing the dice out of my pocket. Grab 4 dice, 2 more to go. 6 4-up saves. Oh, passed 3, failed 3. 2 damage apiece, that is 3 dead. RIP. Alright, so end of the Tau, Farsight Enclaves for turn 3. Wiped out 4 of the Hellblasters. And also took down the 3 Inceptors that were over here, thanks to the arrival of the Ethereal. And the Pathfinders decided to join in now. Yeah, good on them. Those guys there. turn 4 now, going into turn 3 for the Dark Angels. Objective still up for grabs over there. Pretty much unlikely that I can get my Dark Angels around that corner this late into the game. So I'm just going to hold down this position, bunker in. Need to get rid of this boy with my last contingent arriving. So we're going to go on to Dark Angels turn 3 and see what happens. Alright, turn 3 for the Dark Angels. Their final contingent has arrived and deployed into the bunker, relieving the team that was over here. They're racing out now, looking to capture the center objective, as we've both got one objective apiece currently. Forget how many units we killed. It's just going to come down to this final whoever's holding the most at the end of this game. So the lieutenant and the final intercessors have arrived. Secure this bunker down, this crater down for the battle. Over here, these team are making a run for that objective in the center of the field. Crisis suit up there, probably a threat that needs to be eliminated. Gravis Master, Company Master's rushing forward. He's got his Boltstorm Gauntlet open. Blade of Caliban ready to rip into the stealth suits there. And the final Hellblaster ready to open fire, open up that Riptide who's got that Nova Charge still open. So we're going to see what's going to happen. It's going to be the final last desperate push for the Dark Angels, see what damage we can do as we move into the shooting phase. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Dark Angels. My opponent spent his last command point to save the wound against the Riptide. Master did nothing. Landed 1 wound in total onto those stealth suits. Crisis suit's gone. These guys hanging out. About to go into charge for some combat, so join us for that. We're going to charge in with Hellblaster first into the stealth suits, and then those guys as well. Alright, so combat ended a lot better using the Boltstorm Gauntlet to punch in with instead of my sword. Just doubling my chances to hit and wound. So I rolled in, got that successful, took down 2 battle suits, and end the turn there. So currently, 1 objective to me, 1 objective to my opponent. Those guys too far away. My guys coming up, but we've got the Riptide here. To see how it's going to go down as we roll into turn 4, Farsight Enclaves. Alright, so end of the movement phase. Little guys here, carbines, have got no range. Only big thing is the 2 guys with the rail rifle there. Able to take some couple of pot shots in. Over here, Fire Warriors moving forward. Ethereal's making a run for it. Not going to do too much. I'm going to blow his brains out actually next time we get the chance. And then the Riptide over there, novering up again. Still staying still. Not too big of a threat now. Alright, so end of turn 4 for the Tau. Dark Angels are down to very few men left on the battlefield. But they're still alive, still going strong. The Primaris Ancients inspired his brothers to make a final shot as they died and managed to chip off 1 single wound off the Riptide. These 2 guys are still in... Oh, wrap up that combat actually. Alright, and that combat wrapped up nicely. Company Master slayed their final stealth battle suit. So that sets us up, turn 4, going into Dark Angels, see what we can do. As the enemy begins to advance, we'll see what we can do to hold them back. The second objective's just in sight. Obviously, we're not going to be able to capture that final one over on my opponent's side, but neither will they be able to capture my one. Boots on the ground, my guys take priority, so yeah, we'll pretty much guaranteed that one. So it's going to come down to the battle for this. So we'll see how that goes as we go into Dark Angels turn 4. Alright, end of movement phase for the Dark Angels turn 4. Keeping everyone back in reserve. This spot is going to become a fire zone. Tau might not be able to reach it. So staying behind behind this building here until the final turn, make that last ditch grab. Over here, that's still going on. Not too fussed anymore. No one's got command points. See how things are going to roll off. Going into the shooting phase, straight into it. Alright, fine, so going to call the battle, going to call end of the turn for Dark Angels turn 4. Battle's still to go. Don't get too excited. I said my opponent, I don't care if you got any other appointments coming up. Victory. Nothing but victory. That's all we go for. Go hard or go home. That's what I say here on the channel. It's the channel motto. So last time we went home. This time you don't have that choice. You're a prisoner. Either win or lose. There is no middle ground. Yeah, been a pretty long battle. It was interesting to split up. I guess I can divulge into that stuff in game. But yeah, these guys have made shots. Players have made shots. We've got 3 wounds left on this mighty Riptide. It's going to be all but. It's going to be just pretty much trash now. It's been pretty much trash the whole game. Yeah, interesting. See how end game is going to wrap up. Forces are deployed, locked in their special hidey holes as we go into the final turn for the tower. See if they can secure a victory. Dark Angel's got that final turn to mop things up, so do what you can, buddies. Alright, fine, so wrapping up the final turn for the tower, the Farsight Enclaves put up a good battle here on the battlefield of Eos as we're wrapping up towards the conclusion of the battle for the Ithaca system. Pathfinders scattered around the armoured containers, railgun guys lining up their shots. These dudes, Fire Warriors, moving forward. Not a lot of range for them to shoot at, unfortunately. And that's pretty much it. Riptide over there, Nova Charge. He's down to 2 wounds. Oh, Mad Dog spilling his dice everywhere, trying to create distractions. It's not going to work. I've got my mind focused for destruction of the Xenos threat. See what they can do for their final turn. Tower turn 5, shooting phase. Final turn, Riptide has been hunted down mercilessly by the Hellblaster Sergeant. Opens up, 18 Nova Blasted shots straight into his brain. Like only of those 18 shots, only 1 wound managed to get through, but that was enough to bring him down. So he's injured. My Hellblaster Sergeant. Good work. 5 turns to get rid of the 5 Hellblasters. Alright, final and end of the turn for the Farsight Enclaves. Big Dog took out him. Going into Dark Angels turn 5. We'll just zoom straight into that here. 6 inches, move, boom. 6 inches, move, ba-dum. And another movement, ba-dumbies. The Fire Warriors just outside of reach. So that's 3 units there to the 1 Ethereal. And a Dark Angel's victory is all but secured. The Master and Gravis Armor shouts. So let's reposition that. For the lion! That's a lion's roar, by the way. The tower get scared and start running away. And they all mow down these remaining guys to a finish. Over here, these guys are just going to unleash their final bullets into him and blow him up. Beautiful work all around. Dark Angel's victory, mission 2, battle for Eos. Alright, finally, so that closes the battle. Mission 2, battle for Eos, ending with a victory for the Imperium. The Adeptus Astartes, the sons of the lion, take out the win. A hard-fought victory. Man, kind of see, yeah, smaller force, elite numbers, but yeah, pretty rough win that one there. Scraped it out by the end, just by centimeters, eh? Oh, inches, I guess, for Warhammer measurement, guys. Mission 2 wrapped up, so Yeah, the interesting is while the 3 contingents split your army into 3 even forces and then deploy them each turn. Means the turns were quicker, but then dragged out as we brought more guys, and you have to involve a lot more strategy. I found it pretty interesting, a cool way to play, and I thought it was a nice battle overall, and a nice battle that you can't argue was, you know, an unsatisfactory ending. You know, that tie from last week. Still leaving a bit of taste in my mouth, because if I took it for the full win, Dark Angels would be done by now. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You can't predict everything there, and I'm just glad that the Sons of the Lion could roar with pride with this victory. So make sure you join us next week. Final battle for the Dark Angels for the Tower on the channel for the rest of the year, 2018. Coming up very soon to my first year anniversary since starting the YouTube, doing YouTube videos. So that's exciting. Might have something planned coming up for that, probably won't. See how we go, just pretty busy. Going on holiday, all that kind of stuff, you know. Keeping it real. So yeah, next week, 75 power level battle. The appearance of the Imperial Knight. Proud return. He's going to stomp across the battlefield. Big Knight versus big Robo Suits. Can't get any better than that. So I'll see you then. If you enjoyed this battle, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, show your support for the maoriwargamer, New Zealand's #1 YouTuber who does Warhammer battle reports and Let's Play games. Also, yeah, he's #1 on that demographic, absolutely. #1 for people born in 1992 from New Zealand, from Wellington specifically. He's the #1 in that category. But yeah, share your comments, any thoughts or feedback. Getting pretty loose, pretty laid back with these battle reports. Are kind of like a automatic thing now. I can piece them together pretty easily. I'm into the routine. So looking at next year to start innovating the channel a bit more. But enjoy this one for now. I'll see you all next week. I am the maoriwargamer. Thank you for watching. Ka kite anō.